Hey guys, welcome back to Stir the Pot. Today we're going to be making chocolate chip cookies, but not just any chocolate chip cookies. We'll be making chocolate chip cookies with oatmeal and pecans, and they are mwah. So let's stir the pot. Our flour, we'll use 1 3/4 cup. To that, we're going to add 1 teaspoon of um, salt. This is salt, 1 teaspoon of salt. We'll be adding a half a teaspoon of baking powder, a half a teaspoon of baking soda, and a half a teaspoon of cornstarch. I know that may sound silly for a cookie, but the cornstarch will help our cookies to stay soft. And that's what we want for these. And of course, I'm in Florida, so everything sticks. Speaking of being in Florida, yesterday and day before yesterday was very exciting here. We were blessed. The Lord spared us. This was with Ian. The storm came through. So you just take this, and I'm going to just mix this in together, just so that it mixed when we start putting it in with our other wet ingredients. Okay. So then we have 1 cup of butter or 2 sticks. And with this, we're going to mix in our sugars. Um, I want to go back to Ian because even though we were very blessed, the people in Southwest Florida, they suffered so much devastation. So we have been praying for them, and I hope you guys are as well. And I spoke to my sister in North Carolina, and they're getting high winds today too and rain. So it's moving. I'll be glad when it moves out. So to our butter, we're going to add 1 cup of packed brown sugar, and we're going to add a half a cup of white sugar. So I'm going to cream this up. It's going to get kind of loud because I got to get my mixer. The butter should be at room temperature. If you do melt it completely in the microwave, you'll want to refrigerate the cookies before you start putting them on your cookie sheet to put into the oven. Okay, I have my butter creamed pretty well. So now I'm going to add to it my vanilla flavoring. I'll use about a teaspoon of this, and I always go a little bit over a teaspoon because we prefer it that way. And I'm just eyeing it. And then we'll want to add our eggs as well. This recipe takes 2 eggs, and I've set these out. These are also at room temperature. I'll save these eggshells for the worms. What worms? We have a worm farm. Huh, I better not take that chance. With my luck, a shell would drop in there and someone would be eating a cookie and say, Donna, what is this? They're like, So now we have our 2 eggs in here and our vanilla flavoring. I'm going to whip it just a little bit more. Okay, so now we'll start adding in our flour. And I'll be mixing this rather slow so as not to start developing gluten in my flour. So I'll mix a little bit at a time. But with Ian here, we had some debris, of course. It cleaned our trees really good for us. In fact, it cleaned the one in the front like better than what we needed it cleaned. We had a few limbs in the front yard. Ron went out and cut those up so that we could lay them by the street so that they can get picked up and all remnants of Ian is out of our life. Which again, I'm gonna say we're very blessed because there'll be many that's dealing with it for months and months and maybe even years. Okay, that was. I know that maybe seemed like a short mix, but I do not mix my baked goods um, a lot. I just want to incorporate it. The last thing I want to do is start developing gluten. And those that know me know that I do love gluten. I mean, look at this body. You don't get a body like this without gluten. Um, I did make some pizza dough yesterday, and we'll be doing some pizza and salad tonight. And I have got to get Ron to start doing some YouTubes with the uni because that thing is amazing, and the taste of the pizza is even more amazing. So we're going to mix the rest of this by hand. I was reading an article yesterday, and it said it was talking about the Indians in Tampa Bay, and that they had blessed the grounds of Tampa, and said we'd never get hit by a direct hit with a hurricane. So I don't know if that's true or not, but so far the blessings were appreciated. So let's see here. Let's start off with the oatmeal. Since that one's going to be a little bit harder, we're going to use 3 cups of oatmeal. I've added 2 cups. Y'all keep me honest. Don't let me forget to add that third one. So we're just stirring in the oats into our cookie batter.
Rolling in the rolled oats.
Yeah, boy. This is a fine example of stir the pot. You know what? I think I'm going to go ahead and add my nuts. What I have here is 1 cup of chopped pecans that I have roasted in the oven. You can roast any nut. Roasting, you can put them in here raw if you want to. It's just roasting just brings out better flavor. Roast them in your oven for 350 for 10 minutes. Some of your harder nuts, like macadamians and almonds, may take a little bit longer, so probably 12 to 15 for those if you're roasting. And you can use any nut in here that you want. Those roasted pecans, those smell so good. What is it? Pecans, tomato. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put in my chocolate chips as well. So what I have here is 1 cup of chocolate chips. I have it was a little bit over, as you can see, but it's chocolate, municipal. What I have here is a mixture of semi-sweet, regular chips, semi-sweet minis, and I had a little bit of the dark chocolate, so I'm putting that in there too.
Trifecta of chocolate.
If you will. Okay, so
Remember, round the shape.
it is. And Weebles wobble. Okay, guys, I got that 1 more cup of oatmeal to add in here. I got short arms. What am I talking about? I got short everything. Except for Ron. He's not short.
We have the supervisor with us this evening. There he is. Go back. Are we doing all right?
You're disturbing her. I cook for Dakota too. So I'll be doing some dog recipes for you guys. I have a couple more packages in the freezer. So once I get those out, I'll be cooking more and I'll share that with you. Very easy, and she loves it. Okay, guys, we're all mixed up now. I'm going to prepare a couple cookie sheets for us. I'll be using parchment paper. You can do it straight on your cookie sheet if you want to, but I like quick cleanup. Okay, so I have lined my cookie sheet with parchment paper. I'm going to be using a cookie scoop to do this, or you can do it with a spoon and just do the little dump with your finger. Again, if your butter has gotten too soft, you will definitely want to put this in the refrigerator, and I will be putting this in the refrigerator between bakes as well. What happens if your butter is too soft, and I hope that doesn't happen to these because my butter's been sitting out a little while, is your cookies become flat. You don't get the rise on them. They're still good, but the flavor's still good. They're just not as pretty. And we eat with our eyes first. Okay, guys, now that I have it all on the cookie sheet, I've got damp fingers, and I'm just going to give it just a slight press, just slightly. I always reshape mine a little bit too if I have a piece of cookie dough that's out. I like my cookies a little consistent anyway. Okay, folks, time to put these in the oven. I have my oven set at 335. I'll be putting them in on the middle rack, and we're going to do 13 minutes for these cookies. We don't want them to get overly done. We still want them to have that soft texture to them. So in the oven we go. They're done. Oh, they're beautiful. They smell so good. Uh, Beautiful. Okay, we're going to let these babies sit for about, I don't know, 5 minutes. Then we're going to move them to the cooling tray and we'll see what they look like inside. Okay, the cookies have cooled enough that we're going to move them over to the rack. Don't want to leave them on the cookie sheet too long because they do continue to cook and they'll also get donner, and then you'll lose some of that softness that we're looking for in this cookie recipe. And we can't wait. I'm so sorry. But look at this cookie. It is still warm and they are delicious warm. We freeze them. You can also freeze the cookie dough and take it out as you want to use it. So, like at Christmas time, it's good if you go ahead and pre-bake some of these or pre-prepare. You can bake them, like I said, but if you pre-prepare this and put it in the freezer, you can take it and roll it up into. I use my saran wrap and roll it up like a log, and then when you take it out, you can just cut it and for your cookies. So, mm, I can't wait any longer. I've got to taste it. Mm, it's so good. Pecans is my favorite nut for a cookie or a pie, and these are delicious.
Crispy on the outside,
Oh,
gooey in the middle.
they're not gooey, but they're soft in the
Oh,
middle. Yeah, not gooey. If they were gooey, I don't know how much I'd like gooey cookies, but they're delicious. Right?
mm. Oh yeah.
This cookie recipe will yield approximately 42 cookies, and they are one of my favorite and definitely one of Ron's favorite. I have made these cookies hundreds of times for him. So um, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, like our video. That is a thumbs up, isn't it? Okay. So don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more recipes like this. We'll be back in a moment and show you how many this yields. So there you have it.